It's cold outside. I think it's like 24 actual degrees outside, but I am super, super determined, lots of glare, to have this wall finished. And I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you the wall I'm trying to make today. Okay, I should have my phone on a stand, but I haven't. So what I'm trying to do is, this wall was at one point going to be a doorway. Well, it's never going to be a doorway now, and I'm used to that. I'm used to going out of my bedroom into my cabin and vice versa to go between the two rooms. So I'm fine with that. Besides, this opens up actually more space for me than if it were an actual doorway. So y'all know me, I'm all about my space. So I want to make a wall here. And yesterday I spent some time at the new shop putting this sticky paper up in the back. That's that silver behind there that you get when you just have nothing. When you have no walls, you have silver. You have silver walls. So I put the sticky paper up as a background. Now, since I want the TV, there's literally, like, there's nowhere else in this room that a TV could go. I mean, it's jammed, right? I don't know if I've ever done a whole thing around my room, but it's literally jammed. Okay, now that we're all sufficiently dizzy, you can see the only space for a TV would be right there. So how do you put a TV on the wall if your stud is here or here? Well, the only way you can do that is build a wall right here. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm building a wall right there. And then I thought, while I'm at it, I might as well go ahead and paint this whole thing, the whole frame, since it's going to show now. And under the TV, make a couple extra of these as like built-in shelves. All right, wish me luck. Alrighty, well, it's painted, so that looks better. I just happened to have a little bit of the paint that I used in this bedroom, and it was all thick and gummy. But I stirred it and stirred it and stirred it, and I managed to make it work. I wish I could find a tube of caulking right now, because I would go around and make a bead through those cracks and make those cracks disappear. So I might try to find that if I can. Gotta let this paint dry and then paint the little boards that I cut for shelves. Then come back to this after it dries. Alrighty, now while that paint's drying, I thought I'd go ahead and install this little shelf. I've been wanting a shelf right here. Like, I think that refrigerator is leaving. That big black refrigerator right there. I think it's going out to the kitchen, and it'll finally be out of my cabin. And then I thought about painting this pink, like my pink like that. But honestly, I don't know. I kind of like just a plain pine look for what's going to be sitting up there. So yeah, let's go find some L brackets and some wall anchors and screws and install that. The only thing is I've got this wire, I've got this outlet. I'm positive that the wiring goes from the floor up, so there's nothing here. But I'm only 99% positive, so I think I'm gonna stay outside the realm when I'm screwing the L bracket to the wall, and I'm gonna stay over here. It'll look a little funky, but everything in my house looks a little funky and quirky. All right, let's go find some L brackets. All right, well, the dude sold me L bracket or inner corner braces when I asked for L brackets, but maybe it was because there weren't any short enough. I don't remember. So I got to put them on this side, like here and here, because when I flip this over, put it against the wall, I don't want it there. I want it there and there. So since I want them on the left and I'm going to be flipping it, I put them on the right. It's just easier if I attach these first. And then we'll get it level and we'll put our anchors in the wall. Pilot holes are your best friend. So we're going to make our pilot holes and then attach those corner braces. And they'll never show. All right, so now all we do is level it, which I can't do with one hand right now, and then mark our holes. I don't think those look too bad. I ain't gonna stress over it. Okay, so now all you have to do is get your anchor, all 4 of them, into those holes. So now you use one of these and drill your 4 holes. All right, ended up, this is a stud back here, so you don't need the anchors. So I'll just consider those pilot holes. And then this one, I just gotta keep making the hole big enough until that fits in there. So now all you gotta do is hold it up there and attach your 4 screws. Like I said, I didn't need a pilot or an anchor in those because it's in a stud. Oops, I'm all blurry. There we go. Let's hang our shelf. Ta-da! All right, well, the little silvery things show, but I mean, if they really bother me, I could paint over them, I suppose. Or I could just ignore them like I usually do. Okay, so we're level. That little bitty shelf ain't going nowhere. Dang, that's a tough little shelf. All right, now to put some stuff on it. Oh, doesn't that spot look so much nicer? And I can swap the little items out, winter, summer, spring, or fall. I like it. My only points are, when you get tired of waiting on someone else to do something for you, learn how to do it yourself. Number 1 is always safety. Know where your wiring is, first and foremost. Always know where that wiring is. And always use anchors if it's directly into sheetrock. My neighbor just gave me a horror story about the house he recently purchased from my former neighbor, whereas a cabinet almost hit him. And that would have caused some serious damage because the neighbor before, used lag bolts and long screws in the sheetrock instead of anchors. And the cabinet was just too heavy. And it came down, and yeah, it can be bad. So safety first, always. Alrighty, so now back to this bedroom project. So I measured this thing, and I know that I need a platform 5 inches down to 16 inches down from the ceiling. I hope. Oh, I hope. But if not that big a deal. I can always move the wood later when I start the installation process. I think that thing's going to be a booger. But oh well, I'm not going to worry about it today. Today all we're doing is making the platform. So I found some construction screws and the right drill bit and a little level, because I have to actually set this on 14 1/4 inch boards. So I needed a short level and a couple of drills and a couple of batteries, because there's nothing worse than your battery dying on you. And all we're going to do now is install the platform. Right. 5 inches to, well, anywhere between 5 and 16 inches. I'm not sure how long that's going to be, but between 5 inches and 16 inches. And don't forget, you got to do your pilot holes, because otherwise you're fighting. All right, so you get all 4 screws started. This one's already in, 2, 3, and 4. And once you get 1 in, that's when you level it. Then you go back in and drive the others in. And we'll go all the way down. And so now I can use the template that came with it to tell where that needs to go. So the next one needs to go all the way up there, and then the second one down here. Actually, I wish I would have put it more like that. But we're going to give this a whirl. Hopefully I don't have to move them all. Okay, working in this tiny, tight little space like I was. Look at that. That was my working area. Look, I can barely get one leg in there. That's why I had to work. Plus, I had to do it right-handed. But I think I got it. All right. Well, I think it's going to work. I ain't going to get back up in there and find out. Okay, now I have something stable to attach the TV wall mount. Whew, that made me say more than one cuss word. I got put a nickel in my cuss word jar. Well, I got put about 25 cents in it. Okay, we got those in place. Now we do the same with the cute little white shelves that are going to go under the TV. So they're just going to be like that. Don't you love the way that says away right there? Who knows? Maybe I can find some stickers. I'd put it here, but it's too close to the TV. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, I want 2 little shelves down here. This is going to hold all my essential oils, since they're just floating all over the house. So all we got to do now is attach these 2 shelves the same way we did those brackets, or whatever you want to call them, the platform. All right, this is the end of day 1. I think we're going to call this finished. Actually, I might put in a 3rd shelf down here because I have little things like this. But as you can see, I finally have a place to display my oils, which those poor things have been scattered here, there, and everywhere. And now I can actually take inventory of what I have and what I'm missing. I'm very happy about that. And tomorrow I'll tackle the TV. Now that I know that fits the template for the stand, for the wall stand. All right, this was a long video. Thanks y'all for sticking through to the end, and I'm wishing you much, much love and light. I hope that this video encourages you. If you haven't done things like this, I want you to try it. And remember, safety always first, but don't be afraid to try something. Because the only time you're guaranteed to fail 100% of the time is when you don't try. And I would also say that it would have been a lot easier had the furniture not been there first. But I'm not moving all this furniture by myself, just to put that in. I just struggled with it. All right, you guys, much, much love and light. Many blessings.